Ready?
Ready.
Okay.
Hi guys, I'm Hailee.
I'm Kendra.
And welcome back to our podcast, Two Cunning Linguists.
And today we have our friend Queen with us.
Hi, I'm the friend Queen.
Yes, you can follow her on socials, QueenOfVikings for all of them, yeah?
Pretty much.
Perfect. And today we're going to be reacting to confessions about spooky haunted things, right?
Yes, a bunch of people's paranormal stories. Usually there's like questions wedged in there. And we're going to be reacting to some of y'all's experiences.
Because Queen is brilliant with spooky stuff.
I can see and hear dead people.
Yes.
Before we get into the confessions, can you tell us about maybe your first experience?
Oh, yeah.
If you want to share.
Oh, yeah, I've shared this tons of times. So my first experience ever, I was about 5 or 6 years old. And my family is very much spiritual in this sense. And I woke up to a lady standing at the edge of my bed. And naturally, I screamed because there was a person in my bed. My mom came running in, what happened? And she checked under the bed, the closet, everywhere that you would check for monsters. When I was describing her, then that's when the holy water came out. And she made a little line around my bed and told me the next time that I saw her, which already was terrifying because I was like, what do you do next time? She said, next time you see her, just kind of see how she feels. I don't know how much time passed between then and when the next time I saw her was, but I did see her again. And I did what my mom said and just focused, and she just felt really safe and protective. And
that's nice.
Yeah, she was a nice lady. I have not seen her since I moved out, though.
Oh, at least I guess your first experience like that was not like a bad spirit, maybe, that did not feel so safe?
Yes, I'm very grateful for that. And also the fact that my mom didn't just like blow it off, like
brush
nothing.
it off. Yeah.
Right.
It's kind of like a roulette of like, what gift was she going to get?
That's so cool, though.
My parents, whenever I thought there were monsters in the closet, they would give me monster spray. It was just water in a spray bottle, but they would let me spray my closet at night to keep all the monsters away.
That's really cute.
It really helped.
That's adorable.
Do you have any spooky experiences?
Not really. I will say after my grandfather passed, I think it was on his birthday or around his birthday. We had a candle that would sing happy birthday, and it was in the basement buried with all of the other birthday stuff. And it just randomly started singing on its own.
That would be the spooky thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Write it down.
I think that's all I got.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, if you guys are ready, then I guess we can go ahead and start with some of these confessions.
All right, let's get into it.
So I'll keep this anonymous for safety reasons. I often house sit for a relative when they're away on holiday. Every night when you sit in the living room, you can hear the floorboards upstairs creaking. At first, I put it down to the house settling noises since it's 20 years old. However, I then remember that both my grand and papa lived here before they passed away. The more it happens, the more I listen to the noises of the house at night. It follows a routine. There's almost footsteps leading from one room to the bathroom and then back again. A frequent path my papa took. And in the guest bedroom, the window will sometimes open itself where my gran would smoke. On special occasions in the house, a single painting flies off its nails in the room my papa stayed in. Even when I inspect the nail, it's still upright. Even though it's been years since they both passed, I can hear them. To this day, I can still very faintly smell cigarette smoke from the guest room.
I had a lot of feelings about that one. So anytime someone mentions like floorboards or like pipes, like knocking, I automatically assume it's just a house thing.
Right.
Regardless if the house is only 20 years old or 200 years old, houses move, they creak. So that I'm usually like, about. There being a specific pattern is a little bit more merit. A little bit more merit. The smelling of cigarettes is actually a very common thing for a lot of people. They smell like a perfume of like their loved one or something. So the cigarette is actually, I would say, a pretty good one. The windows closing, I'd have qualms with. Windows opening.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
When Frank and I were in the Henry Derby house, everything opened like that, and they would slam shut.
Right.
But
gravity.
Exactly. There was part of me that's like, okay, it's an old house, like it's probably gonna shut, but opening is very different.
Yeah, you gotta have some force to open a window.
Yeah. I would like to know if they passed in the house or if they just lived there before they passed. Yeah. That would be a very important contextual clue. But I would say Nan and Pop are having a blast still in their house.
Sounds like they never left. Yeah, it's me.
They really just had to go potty. I have 2 paranormal stories. I went to a haunted museum. When I was in one of the exhibits, I looked into this hole and there was a dark figure sitting there, arms draped over its knees, long arms, long fingers staring back at me. After that happened, I felt a little hand in mine for the rest of this tour, and I felt like I couldn't let go. The second one, I was at my house, and I've been having these reoccurring nightmares. Then I started hearing my name when no one else is home.
So haunted museums, haunted places that claim they have haunted items, I'm very suspicious of.
Mm-hmm.
It's very easy to fake like a table shaking or put like an image using a mirror of something else. I'm a little more sus of that one. The hearing the name in the second one, that's a very common thing. Don't listen to it.
That's a mimic, right?
Yes. So mimics it's kind of like a skinwalker also.
Mm-hmm.
So like pretending to be someone else. I've actually been tricked by a mimic before because they can also impersonate your loved ones.
Oh, lovely.
And they can do it.
You're real, right?
They can do it very, very well. Like I had one experience. I had a friend who passed when I was 18, and I thought I was talking to her, but they messed up on a detail about how long we were friends for. We've been friends since childhood, and the mimic had said that it had just been a couple years. That was my, okay, no, it's not you. And for some reason, there is the impression that you're not supposed to call out these things. You should call them out, unless it's the one that's calling your name.
Ooh, why?
So it's the same kind of thing with like whistling at night. You don't whistle at night. It's bad.
I didn't know
I
that.
didn't know that either.
You grew up in North Carolina. You should have never whistled at night.
No, I totally know what you mean.
Yep. Yeah, you do not whistle at night. It attracts things. The woods will respond, and you will not like what responds. If something calls your name and nothing is there, I actually made the mistake last time at North Forge. I thought somebody was calling me, and I walked out of the shed, and I went, woo, because it was nighttime. Yep. And I immediately was like, I called Norse. I was like, did you just call me? And he's like, no. I was like, okay, I need you to come over here right now, please.
Oh.
It was fine. No one was there. So if it's calling your name, ignore it completely. If it's sort of impersonating your family members, or it's like, oh, grandma's here, and then grandma starts knocking a bunch of shit over, that you can call out, and you need to get rid of that.
That's scary.
Oh.
Don't whistle at night.
Now I'm thinking about all the times I thought someone was saying my name, but they were not. And I was like, okay, guess I'm just hearing stuff.
But that's a good reaction to have.
Right, because you're ignoring it, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
you're ignoring it.
I'm just pretending like you didn't tell me this fact, and then I'm going to carry on with my life. So has been. Good plan.
Perfect. That's great. That's what's needed sometimes.
Scary. Hello, this is my paranormal story. I was over at my grandma's house for dinner one time. We were trying to decide if we wanted breakfast for dinner, spaghetti or pizza. My aunt and I decided that breakfast was for dinner, and my uncle wanted pizza. We all got into an argument about what we were going to have. Side note, my grandma has had this huge jug of maple syrup that sits on the top of her fridge way in the back and in the middle because she has cats. This jug was nowhere near the edge of the fridge, came crashing down on the floor. We all stopped arguing and looked at the syrup that was now leaking all over the floor. Grandma calmly says, okay, Clifford, we get it. We're going to have breakfast for dinner. Clifford is her brother, but he passed away many years ago. I was born. But she swears he's the one in the house. The spirit is never mean, but definitely breaks up arguments or makes it known it's still around.
100%. That is something that could very much happen. Similar things have happened to me with that, with like friends, specifically with the friend who passed. Me and her were little monsters. We love Lady Gaga.
Oh.
And anytime I'm somewhere and we'll just hear Lady Gaga song, I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? Like, you never really play it anymore, but it'll be like super old, like Lady Gaga. And there was a time where Frank and I were arguing. He had this ceramic, like we had like this ceramic cafe where you could like paint stuff.
Yeah.
And he had a teapot, and it was on our fridge, and it just fell off while we were arguing.
Wow.
His dad happens to be also on the fridge.
Oh.
So I don't think he liked that we were arguing.
Stop arguing.
And he knocked it over. So
Quit it.
yeah, that is very much something that can happen.
I feel like I've had experiences like this. I just don't remember anything off the top of my head. But I've definitely had experiences where I'm like, oh, that was a sign.
Yep.
Mhm.
Usually I chuck it up to the universe, but
That can also be true.
I didn't think about spirits, potentially people in my life that could be around us.
Mhm.
So,
Especially in your house now.
yes, which is interesting because the last time, because you have that on your YouTube channel,
I do,
correct?
yes.
We found out there is a ancestor of Kendra's that is here with us and is protective. But, we told you that her brother actually did like a protection ceremony for us. It could have been that.
I'm glad that my ancestors are helpful.
Yes, they were
Yes.
very helpful. So whenever you do like protection things, there's a bit of a sort of misconception where you're blocking everything out and you're really just blocking out the bad stuff. So good
Yeah.
things could still show up and pop up, like the ancestors and then the man looking for his dog.
Yeah.
He's just a little guy.
I hope he finds his dog.
Mhm.
Or-
buddy, hope you find
With 100% can happen. Yes.
That's a good story, and I think that finding
Mhm.
humor in some of those moments is probably a good thing. Or feeling like there's, especially when you think about like our own different cultures, where
Mhm.
they celebrate, their ancestors and spirits and whatnot.
Yep.
I think kind of keeping that idea alive that they're still with you
I think that's
can
cool.
be helpful.
It's like the Day of the Dead where they have the altars, and they will put out. Actually, I think this is also a Solon thing as well. They might have mixed, but you would put like petals where the door is.
Coco.
Yes, like cocoa.
Yeah, that's Hailee's
And,
favorite day, so maybe.
There's one of them. There's one of the days that's meant for pets, and there's one of the days that's meant for humans. And then they have the ofrenda, and they have the altars, and you give them bread and food. And spirits are flavor suckers, so you can still eat the food after you give it an offering, but you will not taste a goddamn thing.
That's so interesting.
Whoa.
Yep, I know that because I have given Reese's peanut butter cups before to the deities that I worship, and then I was like, well, it's been there for a little bit. I'm gonna take a bite, and I couldn't even taste peanut butter.
Wow.
Wow.
It's just
That's
they just
crazy.
suck it right out.
That's crazy.
Mhm.
I would try that. So I worked in a movie theater that had some spirits upstairs. Back in high school, I worked up in the projector booth. This was before they had digital projectors and was still using film projectors. So someone had to be up in the booth to load the film into the projector to start at the scheduled time. So one night I was setting up the projectors for the next week of for the next set of showings, and I noticed that the area next to these 3 projectors was unusually cold. I just thought that there was a leak in the AC vent and thought nothing of it. Fast forward to about an hour later, all the movies had started and I was sitting in the back of the concession stand when a customer came out saying their movie stopped playing. I ran upstairs to that projector to see what had happened. I started troubleshooting the projector to see what caused it to shut off. I didn't notice anything was wrong, so I just restarted it and started just fine. As soon as I step away, another projector shut down, so I ran to that one. And right when I got there, a third projector shut down. I checked both projectors, and just like the first one, there was nothing wrong with the other 2. Those 3 projectors that just shut off for no reason were the same 3 that were unusually cold earlier. However, when I had to restart them, it wasn't cold there anymore.
I'm not quite too sure how projectors work, so I can't know if there was a like mundane reason.
I mean, if they all went out at the same time,
Yeah, that's a little bit more suspicious
it's like
than if it
there's-
was just one.
yes.
Yeah.
Like maybe somebody was playing some jokes.
Mm-hmm. Spirits are bored, man. They got nothing to do but mess with us.
There's another story from the same theater. When I became a manager, I was preparing a cash deposit. I counted it all up, and verified it was the correct amount. And right when I was about to write the deposit slip, I got called out to the concession stand for a manager override. When I got back, I started to write the deposit slip, but now I'm $30 short. No one went in the office when I was gone, so no one could have taken it. I counted every single bill that was in that office, and it was nowhere. I even had the other manager who was on duty count everything, and it still wasn't there. I even checked the security camera from the first time I counted it to when I came back, and like I said, there was no one in that office, and nothing had moved. I finally decided just to give up and write the deposit with $30 missing, and I'll just take the write-up. After filing the deposit slip, I noticed the deposit total was now correct again. Somehow, the $30 had just appeared.
Whoa.
The second manager was baffled as to what was going on. So myself and the other manager believed that the spirit of a former employee was up in the projector booth, and she was the one who took it. She was a friend of mine who got a job at the theater after she graduated high school, and she loved working there. She's also the type of person who loved to play small, harmless pranks on people. She would throw ketchup packets at other employees when they were passing by, or throw popcorn at other coworkers when they were sweeping up popcorn. Small, harmless fun. Unfortunately, she passed away a few months before I started working there. Hiding $30 on me only to put it back after I frantically searched for it is 100% something she wrote.
Wow.
That's cute.
That's actually really sweet.
That's really sweet.
I love that one.
Like I said, spirits are really bored,
Mm-hmm.
especially if they were in a place that they loved. Like, for example, the theater, if they really did love it and they just loved the vibe of it, they can stay. What I want to sort of get across is this is something that gets asked a lot, and it's like, are they stuck there?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's very much a choice.
Oh.
Very much like their own choice. And how I see crossing over is when they're not crossed over, they are stuck. But when they have crossed, now they have that freedom to sort of visit.
Commingle.
Okay, how do you know though? How do you know that that's a choice? Like, how do you know if someone's crossed over or not without asking? Can you?
With the fact that they're really just being playful, that's a
Okay.
really big indicator that they're there by choice. When they're stuck, there is mostly like dread and sadness, and
Right.
it's very different. Like, for example, the Limp Mansion,
Oh yeah.
Yes.
they're stuck. They're definitely
Wow.
stuck.
That's sad.
But that sounds like a choice. And they sound very happy to be messing with everybody in
Yeah,
there.
she just want to keep hanging out at the theater.
Yep.
I love that.
I also love that. It's good to, I guess, enjoy yourself even after.
Even after death.
Yes.
Why not throw some popcorn at people?
All right. Hello, ma'am. Our house is haunted. First one.
All
We
right.
have several dogs in one of the swivel chairs, and out of nowhere, the chair starts moving, like actually moving, and my dogs were right beside it, and it started freaking them out. I think my house is haunted with a demonic entity or something because when I was younger, my mom saw me walk into her bathroom, and I walked in a few minutes later, and she flipped out, and she said that she was having a full-on conversation with me. It wasn't me. And all of that, my family members have had that happen to them as well.
Okay, I was waiting for one of these. The swivel chair and the dogs freaking out, definitely weird. Animals are the best indicator of that. If I see something, I will immediately look to Vanjie, and she's usually locked in on the same thing. And I'm like, great, cool. The word demonic, vastly overused, vastly misused. I have many comments that say whenever I encounter child spirits that it's immediately a demon, because that's a thought process for some people. It's not. So I'm a little sus of the demonic entity. There could be something,
Just not necessarily demonic.
not necessarily demonic. Like, there are sometimes people will say like, oh, I think my aunt is coming to visit. The first comment will be like, that's a demonic entity. You need to do this, and it's like,
Calm down.
I mean, to be fair, they make a lot of money in the movie theaters for having demonic children and spirits.
they do. Everything's
You know?
a demon. Even with some paranormal investigators on YouTube, everything is a demon. Everything. And you can't have that many demons in one place. It's just not.
Unless you're in K-pop Demon Hunters.
Exactly.
And that's a lot of demons.
So seeing a younger version, or like seeing like someone else walking into that just sounds like a mimic.
That's
It's
what I
just
thought too.
a
That is
trickster.
terrifying to think about.
The trickster.
Yeah. They can imitate how I see tricksters, though, because mimics, they're very good. When I say very good, I mean like to a T, very good. But when I start like suspecting them, they become drippy.
Ooh.
So it's like they can't maintain the form as much anymore. And that's when I'm like,
Gotcha.
exactly.
That's
Your
crazy.
wife looks terrified.
I know, right?
Because I'm thinking about all the times where I'm like, hey, I thought you just walked to the kitchen and now you're here. How did that happen?
Yeah, the times you thought I was calling you
Yeah.
worse or something.
Yeah.
Or calling your name.
You guys are very lucky, though, because you have so many plants. Plants are very good wards. So if they suddenly start dying out of nowhere,
Yes, I heard about that.
yes, that means that they caught something and didn't get to you guys.
I've had quite a
My
few plants
plants
die.
in my gym died.
It did.
They caught something.
The other two are still alive, though.
I like that, Palm.
We can try again.
Mhm.
Maybe we won't put it in there.
Or
It
we
did.
will,
Maybe we keep
so
it in there.
does its job.
It did its job, though. We should tell it thank you.
You can do that.
I will do that.
Yeah, you
yes.
can tell them thank you. Yeah, I would say this was definitely a mimic trickster that seems to be very connected with the family. Something not to do is if you think it's a trickster, like any sort of information, they will retain. So a name, the relationship, they will remember everything. So if you're like, oh, is this like great grandma Annie? It'll be like, yep, that's me.
Well,
So
Don't give it any information.
don't give it any information. Don't give it that power. If you want to vet it and kind of test it, you can ask a question and then use like a light or something.
when did we
Um,
fall in love?
2017.
Okay, you best.
Oh, thanks. That was it? All right.
I will ask follow-up questions later.
Okay. We'll see if I drip.
My wife.
There's a joke.
Well, darn, now I want you to give me the wrong answer.
Uh-huh.
This is a question.
Yeah, paranormal question.
Okay.
Have you ever found spirits or entities that communicate in a different language?
Yes.
Oh, okay. For example, if you are a non-English or non-French speaking country, would you hear them in their native language, or does the communication come through in a way that you understand regardless of language? That's a good question.
So yes, I've heard other languages. No, I did not understand what they were saying. A lot of the times then it sort of turns into like a charades. So they will try to show me what they mean instead. If I'm in a house and they're trying to get me to go to the basement, instead of telling me, hey, you need to go to the basement, they will aggressively just start pointing at the floor. And I have to kind of guess like basement. And then it's that.
So basically, like the one time we went to Italy and we got in the car with someone that did not speak English,
Yes.
obviously, because
Oh my
there's a lot of
goodness.
people in the South that don't understand English. And he was pissed. I had no idea what this guy was saying, but I knew he was fucking pissed.
I knew he was mad.
I knew he
mad.
was like, I'm not going up that hill. He didn't. He said those things, but
I mean, the
with his
Italians
body
are very
language and tone.
passionate people.
Yep.
yes, he was like,
It's like,
and I'm like thinking about calling my friend. I'm like, hey, do you think that maybe you could translate? Because this guy's not happy right now. I don't know what to tell him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That
Anyways.
makes sense.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
yes, I have heard of languages.
So charades. But with
Yeah,
spirits.
it's a lot of charades.
I love that. I feel like that'd be entertaining.
This is going to be your call if it's paranormal or not.
Okay.
But one Sunday afternoon, my best friend and I were driving on a little road trip. We've done this trip numerous times before and since, and it's usually around 2 hours. This day, though, it took us 5 hours, but we never hit traffic or anything else that would have explained the extra time.
Whoa.
Have you ever heard? I think there's a road somewhere.
There's a couple of those.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
There are roads that change or alter
Mhm.
time or perception.
I have heard of that. I've not experienced it, but I've heard it. I mean, did y'all pit stop anywhere? Did you go pee? Did you have to gas up? Was there...
Is there a reason? Was
Was-
there an explanation for the missing time?
Yeah, because if it was just like, oh, it normally takes 2 hours and now 5, oh, a road could have been closed.
True.
You know what I was thinking? Could have been a prank too. You guys want to hear a fun little story really quick?
Sure.
Okay, so I have a younger brother. He came to like stay with us for like, a summer like a few years ago, and he had a couple drinks. And he's not a drinker.
No, he's
He's
not.
not a
Mhm.
drinker. Never been. And he got a little bit of a buzz, and he was like, "I'm going to take a shower." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And he was in the shower for quite a bit, but I don't know if we came up with this together or like how we came up with this idea. But I decided to change all the times,
All the
on
clocks.
clock.
All the clocks in the house.
all the clocks,
Okay.
oven one and everything.
Wow.
And he got out, and it was like 2 hours.
It had
3
only
hours.
been only like 20, 30 minutes had passed in reality.
But I had added like 2 extra hours on the clock.
Yeah.
Good.
And I got out, and he got out of the shower, and I was like, "Man, you were in there forever. Are you okay?" He goes, "No, I'm not." And I like pointed at the clock, and I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "I just texted my friend, and it was 6. How is it like 9 o'clock?"
Yep. He was like,
He was
oh my
like,
God, we're actually in the shower for 2 hours?
And he
Hilarious.
was like, "No way." And then he was like, "I can prove it." And so he pulled up his phone where he texted his friend, and it said 6 something. Whenever he texted, he was like, and then he realized at the top of his phone
Also said,
Yep.
that
Mm.
it was the actual time. And
We
it
got
was-
him though. We got him pretty
we
good.
did. And I will preface it with my brother and I have always pranked each other like this.
Yeah.
I felt very achieved.
that was a
Yeah.
good prank.
It was a pretty
Yeah, it
good
was
prank.
That's a
pretty
good
good.
prank. I like pranks that aren't harmful.
Yep.
Correct.
Me too.
Yeah, no,
me
he
too.
was just so confused.
Yeah.
But yeah, this guy, you may have lost time.
Either that or there could have been, so I'm thinking road closure if you just pit stopped a couple of times and then didn't realize how much you pit stopped. Or there are settings on maps sometimes where like you can block off highways and then it
Yep.
takes you down back roads, which adds a lot longer of a time. So if they live in like a city and they were like, I don't want to take the highway and just forgot to add it.
But they said that they've taken this trip several times.
In the same route.
I'm wondering if there's like a software update or something at the last second and like on like the phones or the iPhones or something, and it didn't happen until like later.
Like a daylight
Especially if it's like a
savings
road
time thing?
trip or something. Like I know whenever I travel sometimes when you have an Apple Watch, it takes a while to sync
Yeah.
back up. Like whenever my mom comes to visit, her watch is never the right time.
No, she's
Okay.
always an hour off. Yeah.
Okay.
Could be that.
Could be that.
Or drugs.
Or
Or-
drugs.
You got abducted by aliens.
Yep. They're real.
That makes you lose time.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Getting abducted by aliens? Yeah, makes you lose time.
Yeah, aliens are real. They've like fully announced that it is. Everyone just kind of have blown past it.
I have follow-up questions that we will get to at some point.
Doctor Who.
So I don't know if this is paranormal, but after my dad's dad died, I didn't go in to say goodbye to him because I was too sad. It was her grandfather.
Yeah, I was trying to do the math.
I did not go in because I was too sad. And a few nights later, I had a dream that he hugged me and he said he loved me. And I woke up crying because I always greeted him by hugging him. So I think that was him trying to say that he was okay and it passed over.
100%.
That is crazy because Kendra can attest to this. My best friend died whenever I was in college and I didn't get to go home to her service because I was in school 12 hours away and had wrestling tournaments. I was at a wrestling tournament, you know. And whenever I went home for the first time since she had passed, I had a dream where I was in a storage unit and I was going through stuff and I could smell her in my dream. And there's like old like VHS type tapes and whatnot. She came up to me and she hugged me and she said she had to go. And I was holding her and I was like, you can't. Please don't leave. Please don't leave. And she's like, hell's it's okay. Like, it's okay. And so I'm like sobbing in this dream and she's like leaving the storage unit to the point when I woke up, I was just hysterical. And my dad heard me and he came up and he hugged me so tight. And I actually felt the exact same thing as like, that was her telling me it's okay. So yeah, I don't know if that's paranormal or not.
Very much is.
But
yeah,
They came to say goodbye.
very much is.
I've definitely had this experience.
Whenever we dream, we have like the subconscious, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of times the conscious blocks the subconscious from being able to see and hear things. This is why a lot of people can't see and hear things because they can't combine the two.
Combine the two.
And when you're asleep, the subconscious gets to run rampant and it makes us a lot more susceptible to the spirit world. So a lot of times they will come to visit us in our dreams with messages, things like that. It's actually how I first started watching Hecate. She just kept popping up in my dreams over and over again.
Oh, I've had the dream about Aphrodite.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So that very much, yes. Granddad saying hi and saying it's okay.
That's so sweet. I love
Oh.
that.
I actually felt like a little bit of closure after that.
Then
Still
that
really
was,
sad,
that was
but
most
yeah.
likely the intention.
Wow.
Yeah. Just want to make sure you're okay.
That's true.
Paranormal story for the Hailee and Kendra podcast. Thanks. Hi. I have a spirit teenager that lives in my house, and she messes with all my things when I'm comfy in bed because she likes to mess with me. She likes to watch your Twitch streams.
That wait, whose name is this? Okay.
And then spooky. I don't really know what to call her, but I know she's scratched me. There's this lady that stands by my kitchen. During the day, she's kind, but at night, her energy turns dark. She scratched me before and my friends. I believe she was bipolar when she was alive, but I don't know. And any advice to help her, preferably without dying in the process. Love you and your content. Thanks. That's crazy.
I feel like if a spirit can do that, intervention.
Kind spirits don't scratch.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So let's learn about cleansing, banishing, protecting, and warding. You need to cleanse your house. That's not okay. Then messing with stuff is fine, but the moment they start touching you, that's when that's
when
a
it's a
problem.
problem.
Their energy changing from day to night is most likely a mimic or trickster, which again is very annoying. To cleanse, open your windows. You can use smoke. Don't use white sage. Unless you are Native American, don't use white sage. That is
I need
close
that one.
practice. You can use smoke. If you have pets, you can use sound. So if you guys have seen my TikTok where I mentioned the bye bell, you can get those for like $50 or something, even on Amazon. You just ding, woo, 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 woo. And then you go around the house saying, get the fuck out of my house. Can I curse on your podcast? Woo! Get the fuck out of my house.
Go ask the same exact question.
I never know.
No, we don't cuss. What?
Just go into every corner and tell them that if you are a negative entity with ill intent, get out of my house. You are forbidden from coming back. You can repeat this as many times as you feel safe to. Make sure your windows are open because if your windows are closed, the energy is just kind of bouncing like a ping pong ball and doesn't know where to go.
That makes sense.
Did we tell you about our experience in Canada? What happened whenever we, because we stayed an extra day.
Yes.
We didn't tell you about the bell that we got while we were there, did we?
No.
We had been talking about getting a gold bell, and it's called. Do you remember the name of it?
It's a bell and a dorcha.
And it's to clear energy, and I'm sure it's
yeah.
used in a lot of different practices. And we had been talking about getting the gold bell for a long time.
I've gone and looked, and I couldn't find one that I liked that felt right, and so I hadn't bought one yet.
So we were walking around downtown,
Right.
and we found one in a shop, and we were like, "Oh, this one's really nice." And then for some reason, we were like, "We don't know if we're allowed.
Oh,
We don't know if we have permission to have this."
can I say it?
Yes, you can.
Okay, we were in the shop. We're looking at the spell.
Right.
I picked it up. I looked at it for like at least 20 to 30 minutes. It was like I was in there for a long time. I really debated back and forth. And he was like, well, you should just do it if it feels right. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. It's not a yes, so I guess it's a no. So we walked out of the shop, right? Started walking down the street. And she's like, well, I know you really want one. Why didn't you get it? And I was like, well, I don't know. I don't want to like disrespect someone else's culture. I don't really know if this is meant for me or not. And right after I said that, the bell at the church donged, like really loud next to us. And I was so surprised. I turned over to look at Hailee and I was like, oh my God, no way. And in looking at her, behind her in the window
It was a different shop.
was a different shop with a gold bell and Dorcha sitting in the window right behind her as I looked at her. And I went
We
in.
both were like, I think maybe that was a sign from the universe saying, yes,
Yeah?
it is
I was like,
granted.
I said, touche. And so we went in and I found a bell and it felt perfect. And we went up to buy it. And we were talking to the guy who was selling it to us. And his mom had just traveled to St. Louis. And we had a whole nice, wonderful conversation with him. And we bought a bell.
Wow.
And it's on our...
It's in our entryway.
Entryway.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh my God, in Canada.
Yeah, that's definitely a paranormal thing.
The universe
Wow.
said, yes, you should get a bell. You should get that bell.
Yes, this one particularly.
Did we tell this human what to do? Oh, the cleansing
Yes.
thing.
Oh,
yes.
yeah. Cleanse, get rid of that woman energy and anybody that's scratched you, because I've never been scratched by something that was good.
Can you put something on you to prevent spirits from touching you?
You can use like sage oil. That's really good. Rosemary oil is also good for protection. Pentagram is actually a protection symbol. It's just kind of the satanic temple took it and was like, but when you draw the pentagram, if you draw with the point down, that's technically when it's bad, and it's only bad because each of the points represents earth, wind, fire, water, spirit.
Oh.
And those spirits supposed to be at the top before the materialistic world, and then when you flip it, you're saying materialism over spirit, which is why it's bad. It's the
Because that
actual
seems
reason.
rude.
I never knew that.
That's the actual reason. So pentagrams are very protective. You can just draw one on your forehead or like over your doorways. You can do the Agis room, which kind of looks like a chicken foot. That one's also good.
The more you know.
Paranormal story time. I've never been able to fully explain what happened in my grandma's house, but I know one thing for sure. I should have never opened the attic in my room. I was around 17 at the time, and that's where I grew up. And my room was on the top floor. I honestly never even paid much attention to the attic, but one night I got too curious. Yeah, it was a bad idea. The second I opened it, the whole vibe just shifted. It got cold out of nowhere, and it felt really off. I had a friend over, and we both noticed it, and we kind of just brushed it off and just went back to our night. She ended up going home, and I went to bed. That night, I had the scariest dream. Everything felt so real. I was driving down this super curvy, windy road.
Windy?
Actually, what?
Windy.
Oh, I thought it was windy. My bad. Is that how you also spell windy?
Yes.
That's confusing, Marty. I understand. The English language is terrible. Let's try this again. Okay, I was driving down this super curvy, windy road.
Yep.
Actually, my now mother-in-law's road, which is weird, and it's out in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by the trees, and it's just pitch black except for my headlights.
At first, everything feels normal, but then I notice some lights behind me. So I look in the rearview mirror, and what I see isn't a car. It was me, smiling in the creepiest smile, like something I would never do. It just felt completely wrong. I was so distracted that I ended up crashing, which woke me up. My heart was racing, and my room vibe still felt really off. Something about me is I'm scared of windows at night. I will never sleep with my window open, and I hate going near them when it's dark. I always make sure that it's closed, but this night it wasn't. I got up close to it, just telling myself maybe I forgot or maybe I sleptwalked, and then my mirror caught my eye. At first it was just me, but then I noticed something behind me smiling. That same smile I saw in my dream. It was above me, head tilted down and just slightly to the side like it was studying me. I couldn't make out many other features as I'm blind without my glasses, and I did just wake up. But before I even really processed it, I was getting closer to the mirror, like I was being pulled in or something. I caught myself starting to smile too, but looking directly into my eyes, but it didn't feel like me. It didn't feel like me, more like something was making me do it. I snapped out of it after I realized what I was doing. I didn't even check behind me. I just walked out into the room down the hall, which happens to be my little sister's room. I just couldn't be alone. After that, I permanently switched rooms and never went back in there unless I absolutely had to. I'd even stay at a friend's house just to avoid it. I still feel that same vibe energy every time I go in there, still feeling drawn to the mirrors inside. My grandma ended up moving out of that house a few years later, so now I never have to go there again.
Is there a portal?
This is terrifying.
So I have a couple of theories to begin with. So firstly, opening an attic is going to be cold.
Yeah.
Attic's going to be cold. So
attics are cold.
the gust of cold wind would be that. If you haven't opened it in a while, chances are it hasn't been opened in a while. There's probably asbestos and not very good chemically things happening up there, which I'm going to say could be a result of you like breathing it in, especially if it was open for a long period of time. So that's something to consider. The mirror thing. I have friends who I've had to stop from walking to mirrors because that same thing happened. I don't really know what causes it 100%. I have had a friend that went to a haunted place and they had to get forcibly like pulled back because they were just staring at the mirror.
That's creepy.
Yeah. So mirrors, you can mirror scry.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like fire. Well, no, it's not really fire scrying, actually. So you basically stare in a mirror, low light, and you just stare at yourself. You will eventually start seeing warping. It is a very natural thing. Both of you can do it if you are ever so inclined.
No thanks.
And the longer you stare at it, the more things twist and distort. They also mentioned that they're blind without their glasses and they didn't have any. You're looking into a mirror and you're very much seeing a face that you also just saw in a dream. There's paranoia playing into that. I definitely don't think it's 100% paranormal. I think that there's a lot of mental game that went into that and potentially whatever was in the attic at first.
But they still felt it when they went back.
That would be because of fear.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's more of am I going in there because I remember that one thing happened that one time that will also play tricks on your brain.
To be fair,
That makes sense.
I would have acted the same way.
Yes.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah. It also doesn't help if they have a portal, which is if you have like a window and a mirror or two mirrors in front of each other, which you have. And in your gym.
Oh yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Maybe he can cross over, or their spirit can come in there and give him a new dog and take him back with him.
He doesn't want dog time. Wants a
Okay.
new dog. But yeah, that also allows other things to come in.
Yes.
Well, we could protect them. Yeah.
We need to protect them.
Yes. Maybe do something on the mirrors to protect them from being a portal.
You can, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't, but I can.
What do you do to protect your mirrors?
I just need some lemon juice. I'm just gonna write some stuff on your mirrors and close them.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Well,
You can
there
just
you go.
lock them.
If you have a portal in your house, all you need is some lemon juice.
Lemon juice, draw like little pentagrams in each corner, typically one in the middle. I don't have to do that for y'all. And you just say, I lock this mirror. It is no longer able to be a portal. Typically, what I would do is I would do it once a month. I don't actually, I forget all the time. And then I'm like, oh shit, it's been like 4 months since I've done this. Whoops.
Yeah, that makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah.
All right.
That would be scary, though. I'd be terrified if I were you.
Yeah, it's a very scary
Mhm.
situation that happened. But I feel like there's too many mundane things that could play into that to allow it to be like, oh yeah, this definitely is paranormal. Which mundane
Yes,
before
that's right,
magical, always.
For your podcast, I once worked at a fast food place and I was closing up. I was the last one in the store, had my music playing, and it was a soft song. All of a sudden, I hear someone kind of cackling in the background. No one else was around. The song was over, but that's what I heard. I finished what I was doing as quick as I could and hightailed it out of there.
It's a very good reaction to have. Yep.
Yep, I would have done the same thing.
Yep.
I
It's
was
a
like, whoop, gotta go.
That's a very good reaction. Yeah. I have no reasonable explanation for a cackle. So spooky.
Spoopy.
Okay.
It's okay, baby. I'll protect you.
Thanks.
It's okay. You're friends of the witch. You're good.
That is good.
Yeah. I literally work with dead people. You're fine.
That's great. Perfect.
I make the joke that I'm like a ghost therapist.
I love that.
Okay, cool.
That'd be a cool job. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us and listening to all of the spooky stories. I hope you guys enjoyed them. Please continue to send more because this was really fun, and let us know if you want to see us do it again. And thank you, Queen, for being on our podcast. And before you go, is there anything that you would like to tell everybody that you're working on or that you're looking forward to?
Or something you did this week, perhaps, that people
Yeah.
can look forward to.
Great.
Okay, yes. We
Tell
just
us.
visited the Lent Mansion. That'll be up on my YouTube channel, Queen of Vikings. Subscribe. It's free. Who doesn't like free things? I also have Instagram where I'm hot on occasion.
Yeah, she is.
You should do
Hot
you should
and
go.
spooky.
Hot and spooky. Yes.
Best of both worlds.
Mm-hmm.
My Sarah's over here.
She's a little hooky.
What?
I'm a little woo woo.
Hot and spooky.
Spooky.
I'm
Nice.
hooky.
Nice. Love it.
That can also sound like hooker.
Yeah.
Okay,
maybe
you
not.
could be spotty. You're a little spotty.
Spooty.
Anyway.
Thank you guys for having me on your podcast.
Of
Yes, of
anytime.
course. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Deja vu.
Really?
You saying that
Oh.
literally?
We're right where we're meant to be.
Spoopy.
Yep.
Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for hanging out with us, Queen.
Of course.
And we love you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.